Ever feel like you're missing something on your charts? Like there's a whole other dimension that other traders can see? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on a tool that does just that. It's called price by volume, and it could seriously change the way you see support and resistance forever.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. You know the feeling. You're staring at a chart, you've drawn your lines, and you're trying to figure out which of these levels are for real and which ones are just noise. It's a huge challenge trying to find that clear signal in a sea of static.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? Why is it that a stock will bounce off, say, $50 like it's a trampoline, but then slice right through $52 like it's not even there? What makes one price a fortress and another one irrelevant?
Now look, our standard tools, trend lines, chart patterns, all that good stuff, they're absolutely useful. They help us map out the territory. But they all have one big blind spot. They can suggest where a key level might be, but they can't tell you how strong it is. They don't show you the conviction behind the price.
So to see that conviction, to really understand the strength of a level, we have to look at the chart in a new way. We need to look at price through the lens of volume. And that, right there, is where price by volume, or PVV, enters the picture.
So what's the big difference here? It's actually pretty simple, but it's a total game changer. The normal volume bars at the bottom of your chart, they show you trading activity over time. You see a big spike, you know that Tuesday was a busy day. But price by volume, it literally flips that on its side. It shows you trading activity at a specific price. And that one little shift makes all the difference.
So, to put it simply, a PVV chart is just a volume histogram running up the side of your chart, right next to the prices. Instead of a tall bar showing you a busy day, you get a long bar showing you a busy price. It's a direct visual of where the market has put its money.
Okay, so we know what it is, but how do you actually, read the thing? Well, it's way easier than it looks. It really just boils down to three key elements that, together, tell a really clear story.
First up, we've got volume strength. This one's the most intuitive. The longer the bar sticking out to the side, the more trading happened at that price. Simple as that. A long bar is basically the market screaming, "Hey, pay attention to this price. A lot of business went down right here."
Second, you've got volume type. You'll notice the bars have two different colors. This is so important. One color tells you the volume on days the stock closed up, and the other color shows the volume on days it closed down. This gives you an instant snapshot of who won the battle at that price, the buyers or the sellers.
And the third piece of the puzzle is what I call successful tests. This is where you actually watch the price action. When you see the stock come down to a long PBV bar and then bounce right off it, that's the market confirming, in real time, yep, this level is legit. So let's put it into practice. How would you use this? Well, you can start with a classic technique, like drawing lines to spot a trading range. But here's the magic step. You glance over at the PBV chart. Are your lines hitting those big, long volume bars? If they are, boom, you've just confirmed that you found a real high-interest zone. You can even look at the colors to guess which way it might break.
All right, theory's great, but let's see how this plays out in the real world. We're going to look at a few case studies from our source material that really show off what this tool can do.
First, let's take a look at a chart of Google. What's so cool about this example is that the PBV chart doesn't just show you where the support and resistance is, it also shows you where it isn't, and that's just as important. This idea of soft areas is key. Think of those long PBV bars as concrete floors and ceilings. But the areas in between, where the bars are super short, that's like open air. So a potential strategy becomes really clear. If the price breaks through that first floor of support, there's a good chance it's going to fall fast through that soft area until it hits the next floor down below.
Okay, next up, let's talk about something that gives a lot of traders trouble, price gaps. PBV can be an absolute lifesaver here, and this chart of DHP Industries is the perfect example.
So check this out. The stock gapped down hard, right? And in doing so, it left behind this huge price zone where basically no trading ever happened. That means there's a massive soft area there. If the price ever tries to rally back up, there's almost no historical resistance to slow it down.
And what does that mean for you? Well, it means if the price can break out above that first level of resistance, you can have a lot more confidence targeting the next level up, because you can literally see that there's not much in its way. It shows you the path of least resistance.
For our last example, let's look at Elin Corp. This one really drives home how PBV can help you spot and confirm a monster breakout, the kind of move that happens when a really critical level finally breaks.
And I mean, just look at that. You can see on the chart this gigantic wall of volume right around the 760 mark. The second the price cleared that hurdle, it was like a dam breaking. It shot up into another huge soft area, and the result was, well, nearly 100% gain. That's the power of breaking a key volume-defined level.
So let's wrap this all up. What's the bottom line here? Price by volume isn't just another random indicator. It's a whole new way of looking at the market that can add a ton of conviction to your trading ideas.
If you only take away 3 things, make it these. 1. The colors tell you who's winning the fight between buyers and sellers. 2. If you see a really long bar and one color's way bigger than the other, you've found a major league support or resistance zone. And 3. It's an amazing tool for analyzing support levels, trading ranges, and especially those tricky gap areas.
At the end of the day, using price by volume is like putting on a pair of X-ray glasses. You can finally see the hidden skeleton of the market, the real floors and ceilings that matter. So the only question left is, now that you can see that structure, what are you going to build with it?